What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's your favorite mask collector's favorite mask collector, AJ Good, here at the House of Masks, where we unbox and review cool stuff almost every single day. And today's video is yet another episode of Two Mask Tuesdays. Now, if you're new around these parts, you might find yourself wondering, what exactly is a Two Mask Tuesdays? And I would like to answer that for you. I'm not gonna, but I'd like to. I'm kidding. Two Mask Tuesdays is, of course, the series where I unbox two random masks. Riveting content, huh? All jokes aside, I felt like this series was somewhat necessary because I do score masks left and right that don't really have anything to do with anything, so they're not really like a Slipknot related mask or a Guar piece. This series is saved for unrelated pieces. Nothing to do with music, nothing to do with slashers from horror movies, nothing to do with anything in pop culture, just random pickups on the side that might not even warrant their own video necessarily, but scores that I'd like to document and show you guys as well. After all, you never know which mask is going to be the mask that changes your life. I know that sounds silly, but if you really think about it, at one point, all of our lives were changed by a very particular mask, and that mask for you might just be in this video. So, let's go ahead and hop on into the pieces in today's video. Now, we have a box that was mailed in from a longtime viewer and supporter of the channel, as well as a cheap piece that I ordered off of eBay. So, we're gonna go ahead and set this one to the side for now, and we will hop on into the item that I ordered off of eBay a few weeks back. I was just browsing, came across this, thought that it was interesting, and thought that it would be something cool to talk about, and I think that it only cost like $14 or something, so I went ahead and picked it up, and we're going to take a look at it for the first time together. So I'll pull it out of the package here, and I will give you guys the first look at it. Does this thing look familiar to you guys? Because it sure as shit looks familiar to me. And what we have here is going to be a rip-off, a knockoff of Connor DeLess's Wraith mask that was produced through Trick or Treat Studios years and years ago. Now, I do believe that the original Wraiths from Tots are still available. I think that they are still in production and you can go pick one up. Definitely a popular mask, definitely a creepy mask. Now, I actually have one of the artist copies before that was ever licensed through Tots. I got mine directly from Connor DeLess. It's in a tote somewhere, I believe at my dad's house right now. But believe me when I say that it's an absolutely phenomenal mask. Not only is Connor a master at sculpting, he's able to capture some of the craziest emotions, specifically scary emotions, through his sculpts, but I'm also a big fan of how Connor paints things. He uses a lot of translucent and pearlescent paints, and they really give off a crazy vibe, especially in person. But we don't have the Connor DeLess Wraith right now. What we have here is a Chinese knockoff, and I wanted to see this thing in person. I actually sent it to Connor when I found this on eBay. I showed him the link and we made some jokes, and I just wanted to kind of hold one in my hand, see it in person, and I've got to say, I think that this is a different sculpt. I don't think that it's a recast. It might be a retool, but I do not think that it's a recast. I think that the details in this are a little too sharp, and there's way too many changes. The tongue is definitely different on this. As you can see, there is some texture on the tongue there that kind of looks like it's, I don't know, ripping or stretching or tearing.
The ripping and the tearing. The ripping and the tearing. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
I do not believe that to be the case on the Tots copies or the actual Connor artist copies. And this one clearly has a different paint job, and it's definitely not of the caliber of quality. I can tell you right now, this is very cheap latex. The paint job on it isn't the worst, but it's not the best. It seems to be a two-tone paint job. Seems like they laid a base down and then they airbrushed over the darker spots with the same exact color for everything. So the tongue is the same exact color as the shadowing under the eyes and stuff like that. The hair is really bad and only comes on that front section right there. So it's kind of glued under the hood, and then the hood is sewn in on top of both the hair and the mask itself. And the hood is pretty cheap. Regardless, I think it's still a pretty creepy mask. This type of thing is almost inevitable when it comes to the hobby, especially when your pieces start being produced through bigger companies like Trick or Treat Studios. All the big companies that we know and love, everyone from Trick or Treat Studios to Distortions Unlimited to Caesar and Don Post, the old school guys from way back in the day. have had this exact thing happen, where their masks get knocked off in a way worse version over in China. There's really not a lot you can do, especially dealing with overseas companies like that. They just don't care. With that being said, I did want to go ahead and pick this thing up for the cheap price that it was. I'll probably end up giving this away to some kid at PaleFest or something like that. But I wanted to show you guys just what it's like to see knockoffs. These are obviously not of the quality even of a Trick or Treat Studios copy, and I think that if you want something like this, you should probably just do the right thing, support the actual artist that made them, and go pick up the real deal. Now, I know that that kind of seems a little contradictory and hypocritical, and really it is, because I bought the mask, and obviously I'm showing it in the video right now, but I want to turn this into something else, a lesson, if you will, for you guys, that you can go out and support the real deal. You can tell the difference between knockoffs and real deals pretty easily, and obviously go do the right thing. Go buy from the people that make the actual pieces, not the people ripping them off. The difference in quality is going to be worth it alone, but also you're doing the right thing. I bought the mask so that you don't have to, and with that being said, I won't be adding the link to this, but I will be adding the link to go pick up one of Connor's real Trick or Treat Studios officially licensed pieces, and I think that you guys should go pick one up regardless, because it's just a cool mask, and it seems to be a staple in a lot of people's collections. So, wanted to turn this thing into a good thing, and I think that maybe we accomplished that. With that being said, we are on to the next piece. Now, the next piece comes to us from a return sender, a big supporter of the channel, and a friend of the channel, someone who I believe will be boothing at PaleFest this year, although don't take my word for it, because vendors themselves have not been officially announced. Now, who am I talking about? Well, I'm talking about none other than Griffin Terry. Now, I've been sitting on this piece for a while because I didn't know exactly how I wanted to kind of show it to the world. I thought that it deserved its own video, but then I thought that you guys would think that I was being corny if I shot a video on it by itself. I didn't want to stick it in a Mailbox Monday because I thought that it deserved a little bit more recognition than just a Mailbox Monday plug. So I figured, why not go ahead and stick it in a 2 Mask Tuesday. Now, there seems to be multiple pieces here, which I did not know and I did not expect. So we'll go ahead and read this note, and we will see exactly what's going on. Now, the note says, "Hey AJ, after making an Oni demon," Oni? Ani? I don't know. O-N-I. "I thought it would be fun trying to recreate it as your death mask. Hope you like this one-of-one copy. I'm moving soon and need to make room, so I added a failed test paint of a Gwar mask." Interesting. "I have since made another copy that had no issues. The fully finished version is on my Instagram. As always, Gwar items are not for sale. The Oni mask sits at the top of the stand with the wire." Ooh, interesting. So, what should we do first? Yeah, we should definitely probably do the failed Gwar piece first. It feels like an odorous, so I'm guessing it's probably an odorous. Let's go ahead and pull it out and see. Is it going to be blank? I don't know. No, it's fully finished. Very interesting. I think it's been sitting in the box so long that we're going a little flaccid on the horns, but they are hollow, so I should be able to stuff those and get them back into shape. But yeah, dude, look at that. We've got a Roadkill Odorous. I'm going to call him Roadkill because he looks a little defeated. He looks a little squished. As I mentioned, I've had this box sitting in there for a long, long time, and now I wish that it would have gotten its own video because I didn't know that all this extra stuff was in there. But yeah, dude, we've got a fully finished Odorous Urungus replica mask, and as he mentioned, they are not for sale, but that's very, very cool. It's looking like a later version Odorous, some sort of Lust in Space and Post. Is that how you would say that? Lust in Space and beyond. Lust in Space to current day, even though Odorous's character was retired in 2014. Well, you guys know what I'm saying. We got an Odorous Urungus mask here. It looks like it is from Lust in Space till whenever, something like that. And it's very, very cool. Dude, Griffin kills it. He's a very, very talented artist. I'm very excited to see where he goes in the future. And this is only the tip of the iceberg for the box because, as he mentioned, we've got an Oni-style mask. I still don't know if I'm saying that right. I wish I was a little smarter and a little more cultured, but I'm not. And as he mentioned in the note, this thing is going to be painted up like my current death mask, I think he said. Yeah, I can see it. in the camera there, we've got the line down the center. I don't know what's falling out of this, but I don't think it needs to be in there. Maybe just a little bit of shipping material. I'll give you guys the first look. I can kind of see it in the screen of my camera, but what do you think? Does it look fucking sick? I saw some photos of this through Instagram, and it was super, super sick, and seeing it in person, it's even cooler. There's so many textures and little details in this that I didn't catch when looking over the photos that he sent me. Wow, dude, absolutely incredible. What an honor, you know? Like, someone took the time out of their day to do this, and then they sent it to me. Everything about that, from the thought to the actual action, to the fact that it's done so well, to receiving it as a gift. That is absolutely incredible. I absolutely love this. I can't wait to show Michelle. She's gonna think that this is the absolute coolest thing ever. And yeah, dude, nice quality. I absolutely love this. I can't wait to get this hung up somewhere. There is wire on the back that looks like you can hang it up, and booyah, just like that, we've got the thing on a mask stand. As Griffin told me, that the wire actually sits in the middle of that piece of wood right there. There's a little notch for it. So how sick is that? Very, very, very cool. This turned into a bit more of an extensive 2 Mask Tuesdays than I expected. Maybe I should save it for Thursday since we have 3 masks, and we'll just start doing 3 Mask Thursdays. 3 Mask Thursdays, what's next? 4 Mask Fridays? Alright guys, so there you have it. 2 Mask Tuesdays. We've got a bootleg piece of junk that's actually not too bad, and we've got an incredible independent artist handmade dedication piece. I don't know what to call this, but it's fucking sick. And we've got a bonus Odorous Urungus piece here. So I'd say that's a pretty good episode. Shout out to Griffin Terry for these goodies. I absolutely appreciate them, and I will definitely take care of them. Thank you very, very much. I'll be dropping Griffin's information down below in case you guys want to go check his stuff out. Make sure to go over there and show him some love and let him know that the House of Masks sent you, and maybe he'll keep hooking us up with cool stuff in the future. Now, with all of that being said, we are going to go ahead and lay these guys out, show them off with some nice detailed hero shots, and that will be that for this video. Thank you guys very, very much for watching. I appreciate you. I hope that you've been enjoying the content lately. I sound like a broken record, but anytime I get to work, I'm very excited about it, and I've been having a lot of fun with the videos lately, and I hope that you've been having fun with me. So, until next time, this has been AJ Good here at the House of Masks, telling you to say no to drugs and alcohol and to bootlegs, and we'll see you guys in the next one.